it's harvest time again. All right, y'all, it is September 3rd, and it's harvest time again. And again, I've harvested without you, and I apologize. But we're going to get some harvesting done today, and I'm going to show you everything I harvested without you. And I thought I would start right here in the front with these tomatoes. It's finally time to start really enjoying some slicers. Now, I've been getting 1 or 2 slicers, just not a ton of slicers. So when you got a slicer that looks that good, y'all look at that. That is an almost perfect tomato. But when your slicers are that big and it only takes 1 slice for a tomato sandwich, you don't mind waiting. So we're gonna pick these tomatoes. Let me tell you the varieties if I know. That's called a bodacious. So this is a bodacious, and it really needs a little bit more time. But once your tomatoes start ripening, then the taste is already there. You can put them on the table inside and let them finish off and not let the squirrels have it. I don't like sharing with them if I don't have to. Now this is a steak sandwich. Now that ain't big enough for a sandwich by itself, but steak sandwich. Here's another steak sandwich. They have a more pinkish color to them versus the bodacious, which is going to turn a deeper red. The steak sandwich is more pink, but they are going to completely ripen and we will be good to go. All right, let's see what else we got over here. So, opalka, this is completely dead. I got to be careful because there was a hornworm over here the other week, tried to get me. And I told him, you can live if you can get out of here today, and it left. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Not much, not much. So opalka right here, those are dried up. I'm not picking them, but this is opalka. Last year, y'all, they were twice this size. That's why I grew them. Something's been picking at that. And what is that? I didn't read it. Oh, steak sandwich again. Steak sandwich and a true beef steak. Now, y'all, this thing should be this big. It's not. All right, we're gonna keep moving back and we're gonna keep picking these tomatoes. Everything on this second area here is kind of orange or striped yellow, that kind of stuff. And it doesn't look too happy, but I got a couple tomatoes. This is orange jazz. It's super, super sweet. And I don't know what this is supposed to be. I didn't look, but orange jazz did really well last year. Last year, my orange jazz like this looked like that. So they're not in their favorite location this year. All right, I'm gonna show you pictures of these because they don't look anything like I thought they would. So this is a terracotta. It's teeny tiny. And here's a picture of what it should look like. This is a Brandy Wise, which is tiny. And this is a Drusba. So there's all the pictures from the packs of those tomatoes. And y'all, that's all I see from a slicer, at least over in this area. And we're gonna move over and pick the cherry style tomatoes and get those in this basket so we can keep moving. From a cherry tomato standpoint, I have Camp Joy, which is my largest cherry tomato. I have Supernova. I'll just show you pictures of the packs versus the tomatoes just so I can move faster. I have Black Strawberry. Now, y'all, that is such a pretty tomato. I will show you that. This Black Strawberry, y'all, that thing is amazing. It is so pretty. I have Champagne Bubbles over here as well. So while I'm working on these tomatoes, I'll talk to you about some of the other things I've been doing. So, went ahead and, well, do you remember a while back, I accidentally cut one of my melons and I didn't mean to cut that melon. Well, y'all, that melon turned orange. I mean, really orange. And I cut it open, and here's the video of that melon.
This is the table or something of that nature that I harvested green because I accidentally cut the vine. We're getting ready to cut it open to see what it looks like inside. This is the first time I've ever had one of these. There it is. It only took about 3 or 4 days to completely ripen to this beautiful color. And when I harvested, y'all, it was green. So now we'll get the seeds out and we will give it a taste test. Okay, so this is the table right here. As I was cutting it up, I found the skins were super, super soft on this one. Now, compared to this other one here, I've been harvesting this one now. This is like the third fruit. Here's a picture of what it is. And I was supposed to harvest it green, which I did, but it took me too long to cut it open, and now it's yellow. So this is definitely riper than what I'm normally eating. But the skins of this was hard compared to the table right here. So let's taste it. I'll make sure you can see my face. So if it's nasty, you're going to see it on my face. It's sweet. Could be sweeter. It does have just a light cantaloupe taste, but it's got a different fruity taste to it as well. And I can't. It's fruity, not citrus, but fruity. I can't tell you what that other taste is, but it does have a cantaloupe taste. Very light with some underlying sweetness to it. At the end of the day, it's good. Very good. Making a mess. Now, this other one here, I've been eating it green and now it's yellow. So let's see if it changes the taste. I like the other one better than this one. This tastes just like it did when I was harvesting it green versus it turning yellow. But I do like the table better. Let me fix me a plate.
Y'all, it was good. I can't complain. It was really, really good. And that's the first time I've ever been able to harvest one of those. And I was really upset because I picked it too early. But y'all, within a couple of days, it turned completely orange, yellow, whatever that color of the flesh was. And it was amazing. And then, of course, I had some other things as well that you saw in the video. So this is definitely melon season. I am not having to buy as much fruit right now. And that's the one thing I'm not self-sufficient in, y'all, is fruit. But y'all, I got 10 cantaloupe over here. And I do mean 10, just to the side of me here. And I'm afraid they're all going to come in at the exact same time. But that's okay. We will preserve them. We will not lose them. So here's our tomatoes. I'm in the shade. You gotta be able to see this stuff. There we go. Those are my tomatoes for today. Aren't they beautiful? All the different hues of reds and yellows and oranges. So that's all. No, it's not. I just saw another one. This is a delicious, and it was growing way over by the she shed. And this right here is a Cherokee purple. Yes, Cherokee purple. And I don't even know what this other one is, but it was growing. I picked it. I'm going to grab them off the GreenStalk as well. Hopefully you can hear me. Now I have all the tomatoes, unless there's some hiding. So there is our tomato harvest for today. Now let's pick something else. You want to come with me? All right, y'all, I got a nice cool breeze blowing, and we're going to pick these beans. So I have yellow wax beans left, and I still have green beans left. Not many, but they are still out here and they're still happy. So we're going to pick as many beans as we can. These are all yellow wax beans. I don't remember the variety. Just be honest with you, I don't remember. But they are yellow wax beans. Except for one or two. I got one or two green beans in there too. And I don't know how I did that. That got mixed up for sure. To only have one plant of green beans and everything else is a yellow wax bean. Now, honestly, I believe, a lot of people get tired of working in the garden, especially on the back half of the year and stuff, because, they've been harvesting vegetables all season long, right? And they're just tired and they kind of give up on the garden. Now, when it comes to the weeds, yes, I agree. I give up on the weeds. But I think this is the best time to be in the garden because it's not so hot. You can enjoy your time out here versus trying to beat the heat to get it picked to get inside. You can take your time and enjoy the scenery at the same time without the heat beating down on you, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to have to say fall over spring just because I have a bigger variety of vegetables in the garden. At least in the spring here, it's extremely wet. And so by the time fall gets here, it's dry. Like we hardly ever get rain in the fall, right? We're begging for rain. In the spring, we're begging for it to stop. So I'm gonna have to say fall is my favorite. And while I'm out here harvesting, I can have snacks along the way because there's always something that's ready to be harvested. What's your favorite time of the year? What season do you prefer? I'm going to keep picking these beans. I got about half the bed done, and that's what I got so far. But I'm going to keep picking the beans. I'll bring you back and show you what I got when I'm done. That's it for over here. Let's go to the GreenStalk now. This GreenStalk right here has been going all year. I went ahead and pulled out some. I replanted some. And it's nice, green, healthy, full. Enjoying this weather. Blooms are coming back on. It's greening back up. Everything initially was all dried out. So the second round for these are starting to come in. And hopefully it'll stay warm enough so they'll keep coming in. Now, I was telling people I didn't even know yellow wax beans was even a thing until a few years ago. Never had them growing up. I had no idea what I was even missing. I love the texture. All of these are new plants right here, just coming in and starting to bloom up. So I can't wait till we get to enjoy that fresh batch. That's it for the yellow wax beans. Now let's go pick the green beans. Y'all, let's just stop here for just a minute. You gotta see this. I mean, you absolutely have to see this. Y'all, look at that tomato. Look right there. Look at the size of that. You see the size of that? I think that's gonna be my biggest tomato this year. I don't know though, there's some pretty big ones behind it. That might be the second biggest one. There's another one behind it over there. Oh goodness, there's two over here. All right, let's see if I can get in here. There's one right there, and there's a massive one right there, and it's just starting to turn. Y'all, those are called super steaks. This whole plant is all super steaks. All right, y'all, it's super bright over here, super bright, and a ton of beans. Whoo, y'all, all these beans. Pole beans give and they keep giving. And there's some beautiful pole beans on here. It's gonna be a ton of them this weekend, and I won't be here to harvest them. Mom's gonna be stuck picking green beans, and she's tired of picking green beans. For those new to my channel, these are called pole beans. They vine, they climb up and over and through. And the difference between pole beans and bush beans is that pole beans They give you a harvest all season long, all the way up until the frost or disease takes it out. Your bush beans usually have a determinate amount of time that they put on. You might get one or two here or there, but for the most part, they usually give up on you before the end of the season. Pole beans give, and they just keep giving, and when you think they're dead, they give you some more. Someone asked, how many pole beans do I have growing over here? I have a family of 4, and I gift beans away all the time. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 15 pole bean plants in here. And I don't need that many. Let me be clear. That's more than what I need. But 15 plants is more than enough to feed my family for a year. We can eat them fresh during the season, and then we can anything else and enjoy it all winter long. But y'all know I grow more than just here. I got beans everywhere. Y'all know it. That's how I do things, right? And there are 2 types of pole beans over here. I got rattlesnake, and here are pictures of everything. And the rattlesnake, it gets that purple stripe on it heavier when it's in the sun. At least that's what I'm finding to be true. The rattlesnake bean also has more strings on it than the Blue Lake, and that's the other brand that I have over there. Blue Lake is my favorite. I just love the taste of a Blue Lake. The beans are really nice from a pole bean standpoint. I like a lot of different varieties of bush beans, but from a pole beans standpoint, this is what I usually grow. And when I bought my Blue Lake pole beans, y'all, I don't know what I was thinking, but I bought so many pounds of that stuff. Y'all, I got, what, 6 pole bean plants over there? That's it? Of the Blue Lake? Why did I need pounds and pounds of this? I don't know. I didn't think that through. But seeds do last a while, so it's not like they're going bad or anything like that. You keep your seeds in a nice dry place. The germination rate might go down a little bit, but for the most part, they should be okay. You keep them dry. I don't always do that either. I lay them down and forget where I lay them, and before you know it, I've sprayed them with water, y'all. That's a Kim problem. That's not a bean problem, that's a Kim problem. I wasn't expecting this many beans over here. I think it's been about a week since I picked green beans, I think. I'm not sure. You'll know when I pull the results together and you'll be able to see everything. And the other thing I just like the way it completely filled up and over and in front, which makes a beautiful trellis. And I'm standing up in harvest. I'm not sitting down in harvesting. Looks like my shirt wants to wear all the leaves though. Now I'm sure I missed some. Oh goodness, they right in my face. A little bit more, they would have knocked me out. Okay, y'all, we're gonna call beans good. I think that's good enough. That's definitely more than 1 serving for my family. It's not enough of the yellow beans to do anything with, so I'll probably mix them together to give me a nice color when I do the canning of these beans. So that's the beans. Let's keep going. We got a lot more to do. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and pick these hot peppers. And I have everything from paprika over here anywhere. And y'all look, the peppers, they didn't like that cold weather. Everything is kind of yellowing here. I probably should do another fertilizer on them. I don't have time to do a fertilizer, so that's just not going to happen before I leave. But when I get back, Mom will be here. She can make sure that, at least everything's nice and watered. We can fertilize next weekend. So I was saying what kind of peppers I have. So paprika, Joe Parker, jalapenos, poblanos, pepper chini or something like that. I'll put the name of it up here. And there's pictures to all of the hot peppers that I grow. Nothing super crazy hot, but hot enough. Too hot for my family. But y'all, we're gonna make a ton of hot sauce this year. I mean, a ton of hot sauce. I took a whole quart of hot sauce to my future son-in-law last weekend. And he got so giddy when he saw that hot sauce, y'all. He saw it And he was getting ready to eat too. He took the whole quart jar to the table with him. I'm like, all right, at least somebody liked my hot sauce. Actually, a lot of people like last year's recipe. For those people who like really hot sauce, they loved it. And they said it has flavor. I can't taste anything but heat. It must be okay for those who like that hot stuff. I think that's it, y'all. We're only picking the stuff that's super red, super ripe. Now, some of these I usually don't wait till they get super red, super white, ripe. Like that peppercini, however you say that. I don't pick that one red, even though these are starting to turn red. And I don't let the poblanos go that long. And y'all, these are some of the prettiest poblanos I have ever grown. I mean, they're really, really pretty. All right, I might make some salsa, y'all. I might make just a little bit of salsa. And even if I make it and we don't eat that much, it's gonna last for years, at least 2 or 3 years on the shelf. So I'd take it. I'll take it. So there's the hot sauce. And I showed you the packs of all of these different types of hot peppers. And I've shown them so many times before, but they're the hot peppers with our beans. And now we'll go pick the sweet peppers. Oh, I missed that bean. I gotta grab that one. Just put you right on here with the rest of them. I didn't mean to miss you. I got you. There you go with your family. It doesn't matter what I harvest. I'll walk past and find something that I missed. It just never fails. That's just how it is. As long as you don't miss too many, we'll be okay. I'll come back out here on Sunday. Oh, y'all, that feels so good. I'll come back out here on Sunday and I'm going to have a ton of green beans on Sunday. Just want to make sure I don't leave anything too big because I don't want it to be too hard. Y'all, I feel like these beans grew since I was out here an hour ago because I couldn't have missed this many beans. I was just here an hour ago picking beans and I didn't see none of these. Lord, there's some more, y'all. All right, that's going to have to be it. So for the sweet peppers, there's a variety of sweet peppers out here as well. I will put the packs on there, but Marconi's, that's a big one for me. These need a good fertilizing as well. And when I say fertilizing, y'all, I am talking a liquid fertilizer. A liquid fertilizer every 10 to 14 days. That's the plan anyway. Keeps them nice and big and pretty. Y'all, these are some pretty peppers. Some really, really pretty, pretty peppers. And they continue to give, and give. But Marconi's, what all do I have out here? Bell peppers, Marconi peppers, Thunderbolt, Costa Rica, Cubanelle, Jimmy Nardello's. I have a few little cherry yummy peppers. I have sweet banana peppers over here. And I have a pepper that's just going completely crazy, y'all. This thing, like, oh wow. It's like I just broke it. That's what I did, y'all. I broke it. Oh no, I broke it. It was just so heavy. What is this? Oh, I bet you anything. I bet it's a Thunderbolt. Where's the tag? There's no tag. Bet you anything that's a Thunderbolt. Well, that's what it was. Now it's a limb that's come off. And there is nothing wrong with picking your peppers green. I just prefer them ripe. But I was trying to save it. And I couldn't save it. I made it worse, y'all. There's another one right there. Now, I think that might be a Thunderbolt. So we do have a Thunderbolt here. Yep, I think that's it. For the sweet peppers anyway. That's a nice picking, right? Isn't it nice? This one's got a little bit of damage on it, but for the most part, y'all, that's a nice picking of sweet peppers. Since I'm over here, we might as well grab the squash that's growing right behind me. I bet you mama won't tell me that I didn't grow her enough squash this year. No siree. There's no way she can say she didn't get enough yellow squash this year. Uh-oh, that one might be too hard. When the skin gets real dark yellow, the skin is still soft though, but when it gets really dark yellow like that and the seed cavity gets really, really big, the seeds get too tough to chew on, if you know what I mean. I don't like them this big. I prefer this size right here. But these are yellow crookneck squash. Yellow crookneck squash. And this plant has been growing all year. And it didn't look so good early on. And all I did was cover up the roots, which I'm going to do again right now. And it bounced back and it kept growing. So that's what we're going to hope happens again right now. I have one more yellow. I had to run over there, y'all. I had the water hose on and it was on and just wasting water on the ground, y'all. We can't have that. All right. There's my handful of yellow squash. And so now we will grab the zucchini and the cucumbers and we'll be done. And y'all, it's not like I have a lot of zucchini, but the zucchini that I put in here, this is Ford Hook zucchini that I put in this GreenStalk right here, y'all. Guess what? It's still giving zucchini. Now it's starting to get some mildew on it, but y'all, that's a perfectly good zucchini. And that's a perfectly good serrano pepper. Let's see what else is down here before I stand up and have to work my knees for a minute. I don't see anything else that I need to harvest right now anyway. At least not on this GreenStalk. I've already harvested tomatoes off of here when I came over here earlier and grabbed the tomatoes up. But since I have my little shears, I'm going to go ahead and cut these leaves back that aren't any good. It's not like anybody's going to eat them. And I'll worry about picking them up later. Ooh, I'm always leaving something for Charlie to do, y'all. And y'all look, here's another cucumber. And this is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round. I don't forgot. But y'all, anywhere I had a spot, I just kept planting cucumbers and squash. And that might be why I'm getting so many this year. I also have a pocket or two of beans. No beans yet, but I can see where they're ready to start blooming. And there's an eggplant. And this style of eggplant, y'all, I won't be growing it anymore. It was a free plant for me, but it takes too many to get a meal. So I got to grow them just a little bigger than that. But it was good to try. We just won't grow them anymore. I think I'm all the way around. Oh, missed that one. I see some I missed. Get this crispy stuff out of here. Get the bad out to make room for something else. Now that's much better. So just the eggplant. Now I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've let some of these cucumbers get away from me. And this is one of them. This is no good. It's actually smushy. I mean, like really, really smushy. But there's still some really nice cucumbers growing over here. I can't believe this thing's still putting on cucumbers. And it's been here since the beginning. I think this one's done for sure. Oh, we missed some down here too. I think this is a dark cucumber because it's short and stubby. So I think that's a dar. There are probably cucumbers over at the neighbors as well. I'm not going over there. I don't want to go over there today, y'all. I gotta get ready for a trip. Now there's some ugly cucumbers over here. And I do mean ugly. And there's some nice ones too. These are mostly pickling cucumbers over here. That was a pickling cucumber and a spider, but we got rid of the spider. What am I doing? I guess I'm putting cucumbers in here too. Mom likes them small and sweet. She considers this to be the perfect size cucumber right here. So we have a cold front coming through, which is going to really, really cool down the nights. And it's supposed to rain for the first time in several weeks. The garden should wake up a little bit just because of the rain, but that cool weather may take a few things out as well. Now, I don't know why this happened, but I lost all of my leaves way down low. And I don't know why they just died and fell off. I don't know if it's from the watering or what. But now they're starting to bloom, or not bloom, but putting leaves on down low. So maybe if we get enough warm spells, we'll get some more off of here. But this one, I should have just left on and let it dry all the way out, and you would be able to hear the seeds move inside of it. And you can use those seeds to plant. I should have left it on. So we're going to leave this one on for that reason. And y'all, I think that's it. I think I got everything I was supposed to get, or at least should I say, no, I didn't. Lord, look at that huge cucumber. I'm telling you, I just look up and there they are. Oh man, this thing's so big it's stuck. Oh my goodness. It done wedged in between some. Lord, I thought I had them all. That's another big one. I guess it's all about perspective. When I'm down low like this, I'm seeing things that I normally can't see. And maybe I should stop looking. I can stop picking so many. But two more really nice cucumbers. Y'all, I'm not going to look nowhere else. I'm really going to say that's it as I'm looking behind me here. And let's pull it together. Let's see what we got. So y'all, we're going to call it right here. Here's our amazing harvest. The amazing harvest of tomatoes and all kinds of hot peppers and sweet peppers and beans and cucumbers and squash and what did I forget? Zucchini. This is the harvest for today. And down here, I'll put how many days worth of harvest I'm really getting from what date to what date when I put the weights up to the side here, because I'm going to include all of this with those 2 or 3 things that I harvested without you. And so that's everything I've harvested, probably over about a week's time, but the dates will be right here for you. Cucumbers are still doing amazing, and now the green beans are starting to take off again. But y'all, look at that tomato right there, and that tomato. Woo-wee! Tomato sandwich season, y'all. Tomato sandwiches. So that's it for today. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for staying to the end to see the weights of everything that I'm harvesting. You don't need to harvest a whole bunch at one time. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, and you can grow everything that your family needs. And you don't need all of this space. It doesn't take all of this, but just start somewhere. I started with 2 tomato plants, 16, 17, almost 18 years ago that my neighbor gave me. And it just gave me the craving to grow my own food, especially since it tastes better. So if you enjoyed this, consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, telling your friends and your family all about it. And please share. My channel was hacked a couple of days ago. And since then, my algorithm, that's how you say it, algorithm is all screwed up for my account. So please like and share so that these videos can get back out there to the masses, because yeah, that hacking really messed me up. But I got my channel back. For those who missed me, I was glad that you reached out and said, where did you go? Please don't stop making videos, and don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. So until next time, and I hope there will be a next time that you hang out at Kim's Cozy Corner with me. Bye everybody.